Yep. Squash the beef.
Squash the beef.
Episode 7.
Really?
Yo. So for the viewers out there, last time I said episode 7 with like I was so confident when I said it too, and I meant episode 6, but in Spanish that means 7, right?
Yeah.
All right, Kathy's yeah. So we have a guest here. Her name is Kathy Tavia. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Last name. All right. So
Tavia.
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 is that like
Hey.
a Cuban last name or
It's a Spanish name, yeah.
sweet?
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. So you know Spanish yourself, right?
Yes.
So why don't you talk more about that? So, like growing up with a Cuban family, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm from Miami, and
Yeah, Miami.
Miami's great.
Shout out to MIA.
It's a pretty bilingual city. If you don't speak English or you don't speak Spanish, like you really don't have a lot of opportunities. So growing up there, I had to just maintain both languages. So I'm fluent in both languages, which is really nice. But my sisters aren't, which is, well, two of my sisters aren't. And it really makes a divide in the family because we're just culturally different. And it's just, it's different from like the West Coast and like Mexican Americans and stuff like that, or like in New York, where they're so Americanized that they don't really fit into their Spanish culture. And like with me, I'm just kind of like, well, honestly, I don't even know where I fit in because I'm Black, but then I don't fit in with like Black Americans. And then I'm Spanish, but I don't really fit in with Spanish. And I don't know. I'm just like all over the place.
Right. Yeah. Completely
And I talk
understand
like
it.
a white girl. I don't know. But I get
So-
that.
Love
I
it.
a lot of job interviews. I sound real good on the phone. With my white voice on.
Damn.
Wait, so
Catfishing people.
so like you get along with like everybody then, like
Yeah,
is that what you're
I'm
saying?
pretty just like open-minded and
Yeah.
hang with everyone. My friends are from like all over, and my dating life has been, I don't have one type. I've dated so many different types of people from different cultures and races, and I've been traveling for so long that it doesn't even faze me. Like I really don't care too much about someone's background. And it's hard because with like Spanish people, they don't really date outside of that culture. And
Interesting.
yeah, so everyone in my family is just married to another Spanish person, and I'm here like dating Asian and like Filipino and like Black, and even with like being Black Spanish, Black Americans are considered different, and there's a divide there with like the Spanish community. Yeah, so you can be Spanish Black and like be racist against Black Americans, like Haitians and Jamaicans, stuff like that. Yeah, so growing up, I wasn't allowed to date like African guys or Jamaican guys or Haitian guys.
What?
Yeah, because they weren't Spanish. Yeah, even though they were Black and we're Black, they weren't Spanish. So it's like not okay.
Wait, so is your family like Spanish then, or like? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're Spanish, but we're
Can you just speak up
mixed.
to the mic a little
Oh,
bit?
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
They're Spanish, and but we're all mixed though. So some of my sisters are white, and like,
They're white?
Yeah, they're white Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and two of us are Black, and my brother's Black Spanish, and everyone's just like mixed. So my nieces and nephews, some of them look more Black, some of them are blonde, some of them are white. So it's just, it's just a big mix. But we're all Spanish, and that's what keeps us together. So if you date someone that's not Spanish, it's kind of weird. You know? So I'm the only one who kind of goes outside of it.
So like,
Yeah.
are you? So is the race does not matter? It's more about
Culture.
like culture and heritage, right?
So if I were dating like a Black Spanish guy, like a Dominican guy, then that's fine because he's Black, but
Oh.
he's Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So
Wait, so
Yeah.
that's what your parents were telling you to just date. You know.
even like
Damn,
my
okay.
uncle once, he stepped in when I was talking to a Black guy because we were just at a party, and he just stepped in front of me. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
What?
Whoa!
I'm talking to this guy right here. He's like, fine as hell. So what are you doing? I step back, right? He just got in my face. And he's like, he's not Spanish. Yeah, it's really intense. So we can be really discriminative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. And so now living in Asia, it's very weird. My family are like, oh, so you're in China? I'm like, no, I'm in Korea. Yeah, it's China,
Same
right?
shit.
You're in China. Hey, everybody, she's in China.
That's so funny.
It's Korea.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when it's like everyone does that, It's just like they'll send me things like, so are you eating dogs? And
dogs or cats?
Yeah. Every day I'm eating dogs and cats. And like this Korean guy.
Going to the local pet store. What?
No,
that's so simple-minded, It's just yeah. But I've been traveling since I was 17, and that's why I'm very different. And I know earlier you were asking me about my connection with my family, and we're so disconnected because of reasons like that. I'm just too open-minded compared to them.
I see.
When I was 17, I just bounced out. I was just like, I'm done with this Miami lifestyle because you guys are just like can't see beyond your own community.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I want to see a Native American. I want to see Asian people. I want to see white people. We didn't have like white Americans. We had white Spanish. Everyone's Spanish. It was just so
in Miami.
Yeah, I really didn't like that. So I was like, okay, I want to see white people. So where did I go? I went to Wales in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I
how's that?
We're like trying to. We both had questions to ask.
I went from Miami to Wales.
Wales, UK.
17?
Yeah. 17.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
What did you do? Like, what did you do? Like, what did you do in Wales?
I was so I just went. I just went and had no plan. I like emailed families online that were just back then. There were blogs and stuff where families would post and say, we need a nanny or something to live with us. So I just found this random hippie family in Wales and just bought my ticket. And I told my family I'm leaving. And they're like, where is Wales? Where is are you
like
going
a
to
whale?
Are you going to like Fort Lauderdale? Like, where's Wales? I was like, I'm gone. Bye. So yeah.
Snap.
Yeah. It was great.
I mean, yeah. So like billions of questions to ask, but so lifestyle is different in Wales, right? Than Miami, Florida.
Night and day.
Oh
it was
my God.
So crazy.
How is it over there?
Yeah. What's it like? Yeah.
It was like I was on a farm actually in like this random small town with this couple that were hippies. So they were very hairy people, and their kids were pretty hairy.
We got a hairy one right here.
Yeah, and they were like shower once a week, and they were vegetarian.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they were like.
It's just like me. I feel like I belong in Wales. I'm just
Get a first class ticket to Wales.
They were so nice though, but like Wales was just it was just too chill for me. So I moved to Dublin afterwards. And Dublin was cool.
What the hell? Like, how did you make that transition?
That family helped me, and they found like a single father in Dublin who had 3 kids, and he needed a nanny. So I moved there. He had like a 3-level house, and I had the 3rd floor to myself. And it was cool. I partied so much in Dublin, and coming from Miami to Dublin was crazy because I didn't drink beer at the time. So when I went to my first Irish pub, I went up to the bar and I was like, I would like a strawberry daiquiri, please. Because that's like a Miami drink, right? Like Sex on the Beach and daiquiris. And he looked at me, and I can't do an Irish accent, but he was like, what the fuck?
Yo, he said that?
Fuck are you ordering?
Oh my God.
Fact is like daiquiri.
I was like, I don't know what to order. I'm like, I just turned 18. I can't even go to the bars in Miami. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. And
damn.
yeah.
I just want to ask, were you at least a little bit worried, like going to Dublin, like living with that family, because like, what if they're like a little creepy or something? I mean,
I was very naive and just trusted people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and luckily it all worked out. I've never had any dangers because I ended up traveling for many years doing that, and I just lived with families all over the world to help me just like see what I wanted to see, and everyone's been good. Yeah, and especially being with a single father, I was worried a little bit, but the kids were great. But I was 18. The eldest one was 17. And we got into trouble because we were so. I was like, "Am I really your nanny, or are we like homies?
Yeah, that's
What's
weird.
going on here?" So he would take me out.
Wait,
and
he was 17?
He was 17.
Oh shit.
I don't get. And you were 17, or
I
you
was
were 18
I
at that
turned
time?
18 in Ireland
How does that work? You know what I mean?
because like he was still underage, and his siblings were
Oh,
like
okay.
10 and 12.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
was really a nanny for his younger brother and sister.
But that's strange. Why wouldn't they just use him? You know what I
No,
mean?
he was so irresponsible, hence why they had me, and then I became irresponsible hanging with him. Because we would just go into Dublin and get fucking plastered.
Oh,
You
shit.
know, it's just, my goodness. We would go to like these underground caves, and I learned how to drink beer and whiskey there, and we'd go to the caves and drink, and it was
Like a cave?
yeah, they have cave bars.
I'm sorry. I got,
Holy shit, dude.
Underground cave bars there.
Yo, we gotta see pictures of these
What? No
cave
way.
bars, man.
Really?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like some and like
like, what makes it a
dungeon.
cave? It's like a legit
Like-
cave?
No, it
What?
would be a building, and then
Okay.
when you'd go down into the basement, and it's just like rocks. Like it was just like it looked
Holy
like
Artificially,
No,
like, made.
no,
Oh, it's
real.
like real fucking
it almost
rocks,
felt
huh?
like they were in the process of making it into like an
Yeah.
actual building, but
And they're like,
no,
"Ah,
this looks
fuck
cool,
it."
yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're done.
And
Yeah.
it's all right.
It's like 50% done, but
Nobody's
let's
gonna
bounce.
care.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
dark
cooler,
and it's-
huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dublin was amazing. But
I gotta
yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Did you hook up with that guy?
With the boy?
Yeah.
No.
Is that-
No.
No?
All right.
I had a boyfriend though.
Oh, you had a
Yeah.
boyfriend in
Mhm.
Miami?
No, in Ireland. I met an Irish guy there.
Oh, okay.
We were like MySpace friends.
Oh, yeah, I remember
God
MySpace.
damn, what was that?
Thing.
That was a
Yeah,
long
there's
time
no
ago, huh?
space for that
Oh.
at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
So you went from Wales to Dublin, and then you're like Asia.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Asia
I was
took,
like-
because that was like almost like 14 years ago.
Oh,
So Asia
shit,
took
yeah.
a very long time. I wanted Asia, but Asia didn't want me.
What?
Yeah,
Aw.
because
Oh, we want you. We want you here. Yeah,
That's why we have you here
Yeah,
on the
you're
Squash
here.
TV podcast.
you're here.
You guys might be lucky and get over here too.
Don't put your finger like that. Anyway, so,
But like back then, it was really hard because when I tried to apply to work in Asia, they're like, no, we don't want black teachers. Because, 14 years ago, it's like so different from what it is now. Because even now,
different.
there are
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Because I've lost work. I've lost one job in China because I showed up to work with my hair braided. And they're like, yeah, you're no longer a teacher at the school.
oh
And I was like,
Get the fuck out of
No.
here.
what?
Wait,
But
that's
you knew I
fucked
was
up.
black when I started. Like,
Yeah.
you know I'm black. Like,
What?
Yeah.
because your hair
Yeah,
you sure
it
it's a hair
changed.
braid?
Yeah.
Wait,
they're
wait.
like-
They gave you a warning?
No, they're like, oh, bye.
Oh, you're,
Oh, bye.
Like, don't come back.
wow. Wait. How did they say it? For real? Like they were
They
like,
didn't say it directly to me. They said it to my recruiter.
oh,
That's
And
how
my
it works.
recruiter
That's
had-
my job here. Everybody, that's my job.
jeez.
And my recruiter was Chinese, and she had no filter. She's like, oh, yeah, they don't want you because you're black, so we'll find you another school. And I was like,
Oh shit. That must have been
Shit.
shocking,
But I was
like when
like-
you're a little kid, right? Like when
no,
you're
this
younger?
was last year.
Oh god, okay.
But-
Yeah, when
but
you
I
were
was like-
working in China.
Yeah, when I was working in China, but it was still like, it's still a problem now. But when I first tried to work when I was younger, when I was like 18, it was worse. I would get emails from recruiters saying, we don't hire black people. We don't want black teachers in China. We don't want black teachers in Korea. And it was just very negative. So I was like, what? I'll never make it to Asia. And I wanted to go because I lived in LA, and LA is freaking
Asians.
cool, and there are so many
Yeah,
Asians,
yeah.
and I was like, this is so cool. It's just so interesting, so different.
Did you make a lot of
And-
Asian friends there in LA? Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and-
Koreans, Vietnamese, who?
Yeah, Koreans and Chinese, and mainly like Filipinos.
Okay.
Yeah, and in Seattle, I went to school in Seattle. So after Ireland and Wales, I kind of took a break and went to Seattle to go to university. And in Seattle, there are so many Koreans and Cambodians. So
Really?
majority of my
Cambodians?
friends, were
Interesting.
Cambodian Americans.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like majority of my friends were Asian, and then my college roommate is, she was from Hong Kong. So I've had all this influence, and then after years, I was like, okay, I need to go to Asia. Like,
Okay.
I need to go.
Let's take a step back here. So I want to know like the
Your life is very
timeline,
interesting,
the
yeah.
timeline of
an
your,
interesting life.
your residence. So like,
So Wales.
whoa, like back up
Okay.
over here. Okay, so like
Wales was first.
I'm saying Miami. Okay.
Miami, Wales, Ireland,
Okay.
Seattle.
Mhm.
And then I took a break from college, and I moved to Paris, and I lived in Paris.
Paris.
Holy God, that's like
Yeah.
so like
Okay.
out of the blue. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
awesome.
I was
Keep
just
going.
Like, I was like, I want to learn French. So I moved to Paris, and I found a family there as well.
Wow.
And
And you just trusted them,
I
like,
just trusted
like,
them.
all right.
Hey, I always do. Like,
Hey, we're friends. As soon as you go, yeah.
And there's like a lot of resources out there to like find these families. And I found a good family. They lived in the countryside. They were cool. The kids were cool. And yeah, Paris was amazing. I lived there for maybe like a half a year.
How's the
Yeah.
racism there? I heard it's bad.
It's disgusting.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Fuck. As bad as China? Because I know China's like really bad, right?
China, I think it's more ignorance.
Uh,
Yeah, I think it's different in every country. The feeling that I get from people, it's just like in America, it's more like I am in fear for my life type of feel.
Uh-huh.
Like it's really dangerous. Like, are you gonna like stab me or attack me because of my race? But with like China, it was more like I felt like I was at a zoo and I was like the
Oh,
gorilla
shit.
at
Yeah,
the zoo. It was, like,
the exhibit.
like
Yeah.
it was more like, oh my god,
Yeah, because you said
What are
earlier they were
you?
taking pictures of you instead of the Great Wall of China.
exactly.
Like
I'm
the
like,
scenic view.
Exactly. It's
They
like
asked
it
if
was
it
so
tastes like
beautiful.
chocolate or something.
Yeah, the kids.
You
would,
gotta
like,
tell that story.
That's so funny
story
and
to the-
bad at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I don't even know what to think.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
my
God.
students, and they're middle school students in China, and they're like, "Teacher, do you taste like chocolate?"
Oh
You
my
know?
God.
And I had my hair braided, and they're like, "Are those like chocolate strands coming out of your hair?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like a chocolate bar walking around. Who wants to
Gonna
taste?"
melt
I
in the
don't-
summer.
Oh my God.
It was just
How'd you take
ridiculous.
that? Were you like were you pissed off right off the bat, or you were just like trying to understand them a little bit?
I'm very understanding,
Uh-huh.
and it took a long time to get to this point. When you travel for so long and you encounter that
A
everywhere,
lot of different things, right?
you just have to either continue to be angry and offended or try to understand their viewpoint. And I try to do that. So in China, it's like they've never seen anyone like me. So of course they're going to react that way. So, they're not educated or like exposed to that. And I try to understand that, you can't expect everyone to be like in that American mindset because we're used to diversity, right? So it was fine. But I think the worst experience I had was in Ireland. There,
Why?
sorry,
Why's
Irish
that?
people.
No more, but
But
worse than.
y'all, man, they're so racist.
Yeah?
It's so bad. It was so bad there. Worse than Asia.
Okay, what's
Worse than
the
France?
In Ireland.
Worse than Paris?
what's the
Worse than Asia. Worse than Paris. Worse. Yeah, because they're all, white, and they have this.
right?
During that time when I lived there, they had this issue with like African immigrants coming and working there. And it was just so divided. And I had my white Irish boyfriend, and we would walk around and people would just give us the dirtiest looks.
Oh,
Worse
gosh.
than in
shit.
America. And it was more like,
Do you get that back in the States? Like people looking at you funny? Like, if you were to walk
No.
around with a white dude?
no.
No, of course not.
No. Especially
okay.
in Seattle, where the white people there are so, what is that? I forgot that word, but they're just like, they're okay
Open.
with everything.
Yeah.
Laid back.
But sometimes they overstep. Like when I date white guys in Seattle, they say things that I like. Do you really think about what you're saying? Like
Probably not.
yeah, but they think it's okay. So before moving to Asia, when I went on a couple dates in Seattle, and like one of the guys, he's like, you you're pretty for a black girl, you know?
Oh, fuck.
That's like,
That makes me
that's,
cringe.
That makes me
I
really,
hate that
like,
so much because
yeah.
I hear that often. Why can't you just say I'm pretty? Or, you know, why do you have to add that, you know, part of it? But then he also added, yeah, we can date and hang out, but I'll never like be in a relationship with you because I don't want any mixed kids. You know, I'm in fear of having albino children because you know when you date a black person, you have higher risk of having albinism in your children.
Right.
And I was like, what? Like
the
this
fuck?
is the first date. They're like, calm down. What? Like,
But
you get-
what?
Yeah, it's
I
just like,
mean-
but they feel like they can say that.
They
Like,
feel like it's okay.
yeah, like they feel like they're being educated or like, hey, I know this and I can be open and honest. And Seattle's that type of city where people are very blunt, but they're in a passive aggressive way. And the way he said it was passive aggressive, but it was so rude. It's just,
That's
it's
beyond
just-
rude.
yeah.
That's
yeah, and it's yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I feel like if you have something bad to say, you shouldn't say it at all. You know what I'm saying?
Like, didn't
Like,
your
why
mom
would
teach
you?
manners? Come
You know,
on.
like those kind of people, like they haven't been outside of their bubble. I mean,
Exactly.
you step into new territory and you know what I mean. If you act like that, that's not gonna pass, man. We were just saying that earlier, man. Like,
yeah.
But anyway, something happened before, but it's all
Yeah.
good. But,
I once wanted to like have a book of quotes of awful things I've been told,
So
and one of them,
oh God.
it's so simple but so dumb that another guy said to me, but he was just like, if it ain't white, it ain't right.
I've heard that before.
Right?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Where's this fucking guy from? Where is he from?
He's American.
Probably
He's
American,
Seattle.
some
Yeah.
guy in
Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
this guy needs his ass beat. I mean, some
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
man, is so
Yeah.
fucking ignorant.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like with America, it's more hateful. In Ireland, it was more like they want to keep their country pure. They don't want all these immigrants. So they saw me as an African immigrant. Even if I would say, you know, I'm American, they're like, no, you're still black. And it was just like so much anger that the boyfriend that I had at the time, his brother really hated me just because of that. He never got to know me. And I went to a family dinner and he wasn't invited, and he showed up and he just beat the crap out of my boyfriend for bringing me into their home. And that's like,
Wait. What do you mean beat the crap
like
out of
they
your
got
boyfriend?
into a physical altercation. Like they
Like
were,
a fist fight or
Yeah.
pushing, yeah?
yeah, fist fight because of me. And I was just,
And you were just there like watching
Yeah.
the whole thing.
And I
You
was
you were in
18.
disbelief.
yeah.
And you
I
were
was so
scared
young.
because like two fucking dudes like going at it.
Yeah.
Yo, that is so fucked up.
I
So
can't really
So
imagine.
I left
this,
Ireland after. I was like, I'm going to Seattle.
what did their like parents do? Like, you know what I mean? Like they were just like,
Yeah.
go, world star.
Boy, get him! Get him! Yeah.
It was so awkward, man.
No, that's not.
He
That's
used to look at me
oh,
like with these
shit.
eyes, like I want to fucking kill you. You know, it's just. I was like, oh my god.
So you didn't
Stop
want
looking at me.
But-
It was. Yeah.
Is it
I love-
still so? It's still like this a little bit, like in
I
some
don't
parts, like in some
know.
parts.
I don't know. I was gonna go visit this year, but I didn't. But it's been 14 years, so I hope it's different. But I still am friends with that ex-boyfriend, and he's told me he fucking hates Ireland. You know, because
Yeah, of course.
he's very open-minded
Right.
still, and he actually wants to live in Jamaica. And I was like, he's like the weirdest. He's so different from his sister.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to live in Dublin. I need to be in Jamaica. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
why Jamaica? Like, why, I mean, okay. I mean, maybe he likes reggae. Who knows?
Yeah, he loves reggae.
Okay.
So, yeah, so
So
he
there's
himself
that.
doesn't belong.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
so you moved from Paris to where then? Like we went to Paris. Damn,
well,
like we're trying to go through your whole
I know
life right
it's
now.
it's so.
We need
like,
your timeline up
I know.
here.
I should have like.
It's like a
drawn
documentary
picture.
of Kathy Tavia's timeline.
But I'm like all scattered in my storytelling because like
It's not,
so many things. I like so many aspects of the story of
good.
my life. But
lay it down.
So from Paris, because I had a tough time in Paris, and I found myself screaming at French people many times and getting into
Jeez.
arguments with them for
Goddamn.
being idiots.
You have?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
shit.
In French?
Yeah, in French, and I got kicked out of a bar
What?
in France. It was an Irish pub, and I got kicked out because I was trying to order and I couldn't order in French, and so I ordered in English, and they're like, "Put down "Put down," which is like, fuck, get out of here. And it kicked me out.
What
It's like,
the?
but it's pub. It's an Irish pub.
Oh, this is like creating beef right now. We'll call it squash the beef, ladies, gentlemen.
What's squash
So
the
much
beef?
beef, with so many
Change it
countries.
to like create the beef.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah, so then I met an Italian guy, and I was like, I'm moving to Italy. I'm going to learn Italian now.
Holy
so
shite.
so I lived in Venice and Verona. It
How was
cool.
that? How's Venice?
Oh my God, Italy's, it was like a nice, like fresh of breath air, because like the Italians are so nice. And I would ride my bicycle in the countryside, and like the Italian ladies would stop me and like touch my skin and be like, "Ah, que bella pela," which means, "What beautiful skin you have. Why aren't you married?
Oh.
Why are you, come eat." And it would just feed me all this lasagna.
Yeah.
Not in
It
a
was
not in a like
heaven.
belittling way or anything.
No, it was more
like
like,
very,
you need more. Because
oh, you're like a beautiful person and like you deserve
Yeah.
the best kind of thing.
yeah, they're like, maybe you need to get bigger. And then they're like, the breasts are
Your
like
boobies.
the horns of a woman. Use your horns to get
Oh
your
shit!
man.
Okay,
I was like,
I like this place.
Damn.
it's
So
like,
you're
yes,
like,
I should
yeah,
use my
yeah.
horns.
Horns, man.
So you were fucking with the Italians.
Oh yeah, man.
Damn.
I felt so good there.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
was
yeah.
so cool, and Italian guys.
Oh, I heard they're. Oh, look at
All
you.
right, all right.
That says everything. That's the end of the show. Let's wrap this.
All right,
bitch
guys,
up.
we're gonna wrap up.
Damn, okay.
You have your good and you have your bad, but like
All right, but more good.
the good ones I met, they were cool, and I still talk to them. They're all cool.
So you've
Yeah.
dated an Italian dude.
Mhm,
How
yeah.
how was he? Was
They're
he any
so-
different from an American or whatever?
Very different. Very like I was introduced to the family right away. I was fed. I was taken care of. I felt like we've been together for so long, after, even though it was just a couple dates. They're very welcoming. So I felt really comfortable, especially coming from like that experience in Ireland and Paris. I really needed Italy,
Yeah.
especially to keep my motivation to travel. Because after all that, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I want to keep doing this, if I'm going to keep experiencing this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I stayed there for a while, for a few months. I would say about 7 months. And then I went back to Seattle.
I just want to ask you
Yes.
something about Italy. So, is the pizza?
Oh my God, the pizza's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
I
really?
should have prepared photos. I have photos from all my travels. Oh, I failed.
Oh, well, you
Well,
could-
anyways, we could
we can
just give you
we
a
can
shout
talk-
out
yeah.
here, your Instagram, and
Oh,
you know what I mean. So
Kathy's got 2,000 plus followers all over the world
high,
For,
high school girls.
I have
Yeah, who are-
wonderful young girls.
who are interested in K-pop, like which is Korean pop.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
I like K-pop. I like Korean hip hop,
Uh-huh.
and I like living in Korea. So I post a lot of stuff about Korea on there, and just like my day to day.
So where
And,
can they
yeah.
find you at?
Oh, KT_smiles with a Z. So that's
Oh,
KT.
Smiles.
Smiles. Yeah.
Ooh,
I
got
smile
all
on
got
my
a little
photos.
fancy
All
at the
right,
end.
all
huh?
right.
Yeah,
With the
smiles.
Z, I like that part.
Smiles.
Z. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I see you. Okay.
You're so goofy. Sorry.
I love it.
Okay. So you said the pizza.
Oh my God, the pizza's amazing. When I eat
Oh
there,
God, I'm hungry.
I even learned how to make pizza living in there, because I was eating pizza every day, and the family's like, Mamma mia, you're spending so much money
Uh-huh.
on pizza. We can just teach you.
What's the difference between pizza in Italy and back in the States? What's the main difference?
They really focus on every single detail, like the sauce, the types of cheese, the dough, how they mix it, what kind of flour. It's like they're creating art. So it's really important to them.
shit.
It's really like,
The ingredients.
we
Yeah.
take it for granted. It's like, oh, pizza is fast food. But for them, that's their culture, you know? So it's a different way of doing it, like compared to like eating Korean food in Korea and Korean food in the States. It's just, we just eat it. It's fast food. It doesn't matter. But it's really important to them. So the pizza's amazing.
Have you been to Jersey or New York before?
I've been to New York.
Okay, so have you tried to have you tried a pizza there?
Yeah.
Okay, so like let's compare now. Like
So like the New York slice is great. But it's so greasy. The pizza
That's
in
what makes it
Italy-
great.
Yeah, it's good for like hangovers or like you're really drunk. But in Italy, it's more.
Give me a fucking slice.
Oh, yo, I done that.
It's
So,
so
yeah.
good. It's
floor.
so good though.
Yeah.
I like New York style. I don't like Chicago style. It's like the deep dish type thing.
Yeah.
But New York is good. But with
So what's
like,
better? Like, it's your style. It's everyone's preference,
Yeah.
right? So like for you, it's the New York pizza better, or it's the Italian pizza better?
Italian pizza.
Okay.
Because of the
Okay.
sauce. I love tomato sauce, and they make the sauce. They put so much focus on the sauce, and I think like in America we put more focus on toppings and cheese.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah, use all the stuff, but like
Fatty
the
stuff
sauce.
on the top.
Yeah,
Meat lovers.
yeah. I just like
You
cheese.
love that meat, Joe.
Yes, I do.
Anyway,
Got a problem?
I just like cheese pizza, so that's like the
Yeah.
sauce is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, and then you went back to Seattle.
Back
This
to
is getting
Seattle.
fun. I'm sorry. Like, I love your timeline right now. This is fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I went back to Seattle, continued school,
Mhm.
and then like I spent some time there because I started working and banking and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna settle down and have a normal life. And after 3 years, I went crazy. I was just like, I need to get back into traveling. I don't belong here.
And at that time,
Yeah.
how old were you?
I was maybe like 26,
Okay.
27.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I left, and I'm 2 weeks later, I just got my visa and I moved to Australia.
What? I thought it was like Asian next. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
this to us.
God damn. I was like, when is Korea? Korea's coming up. Korea's coming up. Like Australia. Like, oh shit. Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
So you went to Australia. So like,
Yeah.
what did you do there? You just worked or like?
I lived with the
Did you hunt
family.
kangaroos?
Dude, you have a great life.
I found a family
Damn.
online, and they were cool. And I was like, I'm coming. And they're like, okay.
Wait, but like this family, they want you to take care of the kid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they were amazing. So that family, I'm friends with the wife, Jenna. She's cool.
Shout
So
out to Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna's great.
Jenna, what up?
Yeah, when I went there, they did so much for me. And like her husband was so funny. Like they're so Australian that when I would like care for the baby, it was a 8-month-old and like a 5-year-old. And I would be watching the baby, and the husband, he would be downstairs like with the farmers, because I lived in a small town
Oh, okay.
Hey, where is this? Like,
in Catherine.
okay,
in
so
the
where the hell
north.
is that?
Yeah.
Because we only know like Melbourne and like,
Exactly.
Sydney.
Yeah. So you have like Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. I was
Okay.
on this side, in the middle somewhere, in like dirt land.
Oh god. Okay. That's
There
cool.
was
That's
nothing
awesome.
there. Maybe like 2 bars,
Where-
one school, one McDonald's.
Are there like kangaroos roaming around streets?
Yeah, it was great.
Really? Damn.
Oh my gosh, driving there was so much fun because like
You hit kangaroos while you were.
I had to like avoid the kangaroos. So it was like a video game. It was like, oh, kangaroo. Oh.
Wow. It's like deer in
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
But
avoid that
kangaroos
bitch.
can kill you.
They are terrible because
Fucking
some
aggressive.
of them are huge.
Yeah, they're really strong
Yeah.
and big.
Yeah, so those are the ones
They'll
they
knock you
usually
out.
get. But they're like when you drive on the highways, there you have to floor it. You have to just keep going. You can't stop for the kangaroos. So
What do you mean? Like you just run over?
You gotta run that bitch over.
yeah,
So that's what they tell you to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
It's kind of like back in the States.
No, it ain't.
No,
They're
not
like,
with
"You're gonna-"
kangaroos. No, but with smaller critters, right?
Yeah.
Like smaller animals.
Yeah, but-
they say just run that bitch
they
over.
have
Yeah.
special
That's-
bumpers on the front of the cars, like kangaroo bumpers. You just have to floor it and just like.
Wait.
Damn! It's like you look in your rear view mirror.
No, you're
like
not.
a kangaroo's
No.
like, ah.
It's just like no, come
He's
on.
kicking
dude.
his
Like,
leg
up.
But kangaroos are big.
But there are different sizes. There are smaller ones, like the wallabies, like in the cafe. The small ones, they're just so cute. They'll be by the side of the road because they're almost like, I think they're worse than cats. When they're by the highway, they don't really react to the cars, so they'll just like hop up and you're done. You don't have time to react, so you have
Splat.
to keep going. Yeah.
Wow.
But like the big ones, like for deer in Jersey, there's so much deer that
Your car will get
yeah,
bugged.
your
Yeah.
car will get fucked up and you might die. It's like literally a car collision
Wow.
when you're like
You're
running.
done.
Yeah,
your car's
you can
done.
Die
Yeah,
too.
you can die. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like you're supposed to stop or whatever, but
Yeah. If it's like the big one, then I would try to get out of the way. Some people don't. It depends on their cars. Everyone in Australia has different cars. Some have, like, they're not regular cars like here. They're just like these Jeeps that have like these intense bumpers. And they'll have dogs caged in the back to attack. That's a whole different story. I'll tell you about that.
Damn, I'm
So
liking this.
Wow. Actually, you gotta think about which car to get when you're living in Australia.
Right.
Like you gotta get a Humvee or something.
Yes,
Everybody, that's a good
yes.
lesson for anybody who wants to go to.
Yeah, if you're gonna
like,
live in the
Australia.
Northern Territory, that's like the hunting area. So like Melbourne and Sydney is like New York and California, but then like that district where I lived is like Texas.
Oh,
Oh, okay. It's like
It's like the hunter's land.
Texas.
It's like its own.
Wait,
Yes.
so when you run that bitch over, do some people like put it over onto the pickup trucks so you can eat that?
No, but they
Bitch.
do eat it. They do eat kangaroo.
They eat kangaroo. It's
Yeah.
like legal. to
Yeah.
eat kangaroo.
Yeah.
Holy.
Do they
fuck.
eat roadkill? They don't.
No,
You
no.
can't. It's illegal.
No, they just leave it. Yeah.
They just leave it.
Because there's a lot of wild animals.
Oh, so they're like, oh, they'll eat it.
Yeah, there's just like so much out there living in the Northern Territory. It's very scary. And like one particular animal, it's called a dingo. Have you heard of
I've
a
heard of
dingo?
the dingo.
Yeah.
They're like a dog.
Dogs, right? Yeah.
Wild
wild
dogs?
dogs
Uh-huh.
that have just been raised out there. So they're feral. So when you see
Mm-hmm.
a dingo, you have to kill it.
What do you mean you have to kill
You
it?
have to kill it because, especially in that area, it's all farmers. So the dingoes attack the cattle, and they attack the horses. So if you see a dingo, you have to kill them.
With a
So-
gun or like with a bat?
Let me tell you,
so
I had
it's
to take rifle lessons. I had some rifle practice. I wanted to see if I could do it.
Damn. Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm not
yeah,
killing
no.
a dingo. And it,
I would kill the shit out of that dingo.
Jesus Christ.
Korean
They
blood in me.
they shoot dingoes. They shoot.
You should go to the dog
cats.
market in Moran. Anyways.
Yeah, and there's like feral cats as well, so they would just shoot them.
Shoot all these cats and dogs.
Yeah.
So it's encouraged
Korea was bad.
in the community to
It's
shoot
legal
that
there.
bitch down
Yep.
as soon as you see it.
Exactly. You're doing a favor to the community because that's one less feral animal that's going to like attack like cattle or
Okay.
any animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is more in your area of
Yeah.
Texas.
Texas,
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. They even listen to country music and
Oh,
stuff.
they're like
It
total
was
like.
like my friends were cowgirls and cowboys. It was
But they have an
amazing.
Australian accent.
Yeah. It was like,
Oh,
aye,
boy.
mate. I cannot
okay.
do accents. I'm not. I failed, man. I try so hard. I can't.
This is a random topic, but do you ever see that video where that guy punched the shit out of a kangaroo?
No.
He kicked his dog.
Oh yeah.
Like this, you saw that?
Oh yeah.
Like this guy had a dog, and then the dog went rah, rah, he went crazy, started going after the kangaroo, and the
That's
kangaroo.
pretty
Like,
funny.
I think the dog like he's
I'm
trying to
gonna pull that
attack the
bitch up.
kangaroo, but then the kangaroo like kicked the dog or some shit, right? Something like that.
No, he punched a
Yeah,
kangaroo.
he punched. No. Like
Oh.
he kicked the dog, and the guy got pissed. He's like, "You kicked my dog." He goes up to the kangaroo, and kangaroo's like this, and he just punches the shit out of this kangaroo, and then he's just like, "Oosh," and then like that was
Okay, I
it.
have
Like
to
nothing
see
happened to the guy, so we're like, "Oh shit."
All right, so for our listeners, I'm pulling up this video for her.
What is this?
It's where
the
the,
kangaroo?
man
Man
fights
fights
the
kangaroo.
kangaroo. Do you see it? You see it on the screen?
Dude, look at that guy. Look at that.
They made a slow mo too.
Look at this.
Oh,
Oh,
the
he's strangling his
the
dog. Look at that shit.
Yeah. Kangaroo's like
This is funny.
Oh my
he puts the
God.
dog in a headlock.
Yeah. Look at
And
this shit.
he won't let him go.
He's
Okay,
like,
now
yo,
let
let's
him
go. Let's throw down.
He let the dog go. That kangaroo let
Yeah.
the dog go, but the dude, he was already like he ready to go. Like
This
he's
guy
just
became
mad at the
famous
world.
because of this shit. That's
he could have
not
easily
real.
just bounced the scene, right?
Wait. This is this a video?
Oh, what the fuck
What the fuck is this?
this?
What are you doing? What is it?
That's kind of like how
porn
we
did you
would
put up
ride
here?
around in little
Oh.
jeeps like that with the dogs in the back, and the dogs go out and help you
Just like a
hunt.
safari.
they're
That's
just,
how it was.
They're just reenacting.
Oh.
That is like the worst. Okay, I think they're showing the full thing
He's
now.
like, get off my dog. That's
Okay, so he's
Is
walking
that
up to the
kangaroo
dog right
is
now
like-
That's not a
to
dingo,
save
is
the
it?
dog.
No.
oh, it's not a dingo.
No, it's like the hunting
what
dog.
is
God,
this?
It's like the stupidest shit ever. Anyways,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. But see, those are the trucks that we would ride around.
That's
in.
the-
That's how that we would ride around.
Those are the. There's no roads.
No,
like-
there were some roads in the towns, but a lot of it, we would go out and go to the farms or areas that didn't have like anything.
So that's what it
'cause
would
I was
look like?
It would look like that. So that's what I lived in. So you'll have all these wild animals,
Yeah.
and my friends were hunters, and they were really good at it.
And
really good.
Like shooting.
Yeah.
so
Man.
are kangaroos just as common as squirrels like back in the States?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're everywhere, and you can be driving on the highway,
Yeah.
and it's the warmest part. So when it gets cooler in the evening,
Mhm.
they all just go to the highway, and that's why it's so easy to hit them. So driving at night there is very dangerous.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
So
They
dangerous.
just pop out.
Yeah.
Are they attracted to the light just like deer?
No, I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
just know that
Never
they were
tried it
attracted
out?
to warmth. No.
Attracted to warmth.
No,
like high
man,
beaming
I
the
would
whole
not
way
drive
back
at
home.
night. No.
Yeah, you would. So many kangaroos. See how many kangaroos I can hit today. Douche. Yeah. So after Australia, when does Asia come up here? Like when do we get?
Wait, I want to ask one last question about Australia.
One more. Gosh.
Okay, so did you date
I
an
did date an
Australian dude?
Australian
Okay,
guy.
okay,
I
okay.
kinda date someone in every country.
Look at you go.
Look at this.
I told you,
she doesn't know what to say.
She's like, oh.
I'm very open-minded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was your experience dating that
He was
Australian
a
dude?
very country Australian guy. They call them bogans, and he knows he's a bogan.
What is that?
The fuck is that?
It's like a kind of like our version of hillbilly, but an Australian
It sounded
version.
like that.
Yeah,
A
You know,
bogan.
it's a bogan.
Bogan.
That's such a funny term. Okay, that's
He was
awesome.
such a bogan. Oh my god.
Guy was such a bogan.
But I
That's
was like,
awesome.
I'm open-minded. This is cool. I'll give it a try. Yeah, it didn't last very long.
Oh,
But he was
no.
Oh,
cool.
so
We're
okay.
friends. We're friends. And like, yeah, no, I
Are
love.
you the type that maintain like
I
you become
keep
friends with all
friendships
your
the
exes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
that's
Can I ask
Yeah.
you what went wrong? Like, was it just there was a wall between you guys?
He was just. He was really aggressive in the sense like, in that town, everyone gets married and they have kids, and so he was like,
so he wanted to lock it down real
yeah,
quick.
he was-
try to put a ring on.
Yeah, when he had to take me to the airport's a 3-hour drive away, and he's like, "What if I just don't drive you to the airport?" I was like, "I want to see you try to do that." I'm going to the airport. Like,
Oh,
what are you talking
shit.
about? What?
Wait. So he tried not to drive you to the airport? Like he tried to force you to not
was
like miss your
like-
flight?
Yeah, he was like, what if you miss your flight? What if I don't take you to the airport? You know, it's like,
Oh shit, that's kind of scary.
So he was just joking.
Nice joke.
And then he's like, "No, really." And it's like, "Oh, damn!"
Like, you're not going to the airport
this
today.
bogan
Yeah.
serious. He for real.
You ain't going to the airport today.
You bogan ass. I'm bouncing.
Jesus.
you like the word, right?
Yeah,
Bogan.
Yeah, it actually rolls off the tongue pretty well.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Like
Bogan.
sort of like I don't want to say it.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
No, man.
so you
I'm
how did you get
gone.
to the airport then? Did he take you
He
eventually?
took me to the airport.
oh man,
Yeah.
and you took that suitcase out of his trunk with a quickness.
Yeah. No, you probably just left it there.
All right, it's just like time to go. I'm late.
Like, no.
Bye.
I
Honey,
can't.
you're early actually. You're like 4 hours early. What are you doing, girl?
Get back in the car. Don't worry.
I want to kiss you goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Like, no, man. I'm not trying to have this bogan life. This is not for
Oh,
me.
shit, okay.
You know, I made a lot of bogan friends, and like,
Yeah, I don't know. I love this word. I don't, like
Jesus
like
Christ.
bogan, you know?
I love it.
It rolls off the tongue so naturally.
God, I love it. But no, like, that's not the lifestyle for me. I was just like, nah, I can't
Okay.
live here forever.
All right.
So,
Okay.
mind you, side note, he sent me a message not too long ago saying that he's gonna buy a house. I was like,
Not too long ago. This
like
is-
about a month ago.
what?
And I was like, oh, congratulations, you're going to buy a house. That's great. Why are you buying a house?
For you?
And he's like,
For
the day,
you?
just in case you decide to change your mind and come back.
Oh,
I was like, dude, this
He
guy.
playing. He
No, he's not playing. I don't think he's
playing.
playing.
He's
I don't
not
think he's a.
stopping. He's not
He
stopping.
playing.
He's not a bogan that plays. I don't think he plays around like that. You show you a picture of the house too.
That bogan go hard.
He
For real,
like
for real.
photoshopped you in the picture
I was
in front of the
considering
house.
going for a visit, but now I'm just like, what
You're
if I don't make
definite-
it back?
He's definitely not gonna take you to the airport that day. That ain't gonna happen.
I feel
you
like
have to
when
find
he
your own
watches this,
ride.
Ben,
I'm
but
sorry,
it's so
but
true.
Yeah.
It's so true, Ben.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I
the
mean-
movie Get Out just
Dude,
came out in my
shit.
mind. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That
And then
was scary.
Oh my
he's gonna
god,
tie me
you
up
ain't
and
gonna make it
brainwash me
back
to fall in
out.
love.
Babe, I'm not gonna give you the keys, right? Like, oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh god, he's got the goosebumps right now. And it's hot as hell in here.
You should
Anyway.
probably never go back there.
Anyway.
Okay, so
That's
after
fun, though. That's
Australia,
cool.
let's get out of this setting because I'm getting a little scared of that setting. All right, so after Australia,
I went back to Seattle, finished my degree.
God, you love Seattle.
Yeah,
Mm.
Seattle's my home.
Well, that's her hood.
I spent more
Sure.
time there than Miami. That's why it's like my hometown now.
Mhm.
Sure.
And then finished and moved to China. Oh, actually, I got a job in China, and I had some time off, so I came to Korea. And so Korea was the first place.
In Asia.
Hmm. And it was interesting, like my first time in Asia, and I was working at a hostel, which was pretty cool. And man, I was scared to get on the metro because people were looking at me.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a different experience.
So
Yeah.
for the people that don't know, if you work at a hostel, they provide free accommodations,
Yeah.
which is a good way to travel and live, experience a new country. So
Definitely.
how was it like? What were some of the like cultural shocks you had here?
I think it was with the language and trying to talk to people because I'm pretty outgoing, and whenever I travel,
You are.
I meet a lot of people. And like I like talking to people and going out to the bars, and then I found out very quickly that here you just can't go to a bar and be like, "Hey, you look so pretty," or "Hey, what are you guys talking about?" Like they look at you like, "I don't know you.
Oh,
Who
right,
are
right.
you? Don't talk to me."
Mm.
So I was like, "Okay."
You're talking
back.
about
My bad.
Okay.
you're talking about the Korean locals, right? Like
Yeah.
among them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
they're just
see.
like, no. Even if they speak English, it's just they hang with their friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I just made friends at the hostel, and we would go out, and that's when I started experiencing the dating life in Korea.
Oh,
Who would have known?
the meat and potatoes.
Don't say it like that. All right, so
Wait.
tell
Before,
us all the good shit.
hold on.
Oh,
Before
my
we
bad,
get
my
into
bad.
that, then you went to Korea to visit, and then you worked in China.
Yeah, I worked in China for 6 months.
You were a
yeah.
teacher in China,
Mhm.
like you were an English teacher.
English teacher in
Oh,
China. And then I moved to Thailand
And
as an
then-
English teacher for about 5-6 months. And then I decided to come back here, and now I'm a teacher in Seoul.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have so many questions right now, but like,
Okay, let's get to the dating part.
yeah, the dating part first. Okay.
Dating.
Yeah.
Mm.
So how's dating in Seoul, South Korea?
So you dated a Korean dude, right?
So-
Several. No, I'm playing. You dated like several Korean guys.
Korean guys.
Squash
I
the beef.
dated-
Squash the beef. Let's go.
Let's go in. Go in.
All right, I don't even know where to start, but dating here has been man, you can either be really offended or you can just like give in. But the dating scene with the hotel thing, have you guys gotten into that?
You mean
Or
like the
Whoa.
motel?
motel stuff?
Yeah, of course. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do
He
you
knows.
know?
He's just trying to
You
act
know?
like all
Church,
innocent.
man. Church.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yo, okay. Anyway, so can you explain the that? Yeah.
There are like love bang rooms. What do they call it? Sex bang rooms. Basically, for some reason, I don't know if this happens with Korean girls, but I know it happens to foreigner women. But Korean guys think it's okay to ask you to go to the motel
Yep.
after like
Yeah.
1 second. So when I would go to the bars with my friends, we're dancing, you know, at the nightclub, a Korean guy will come up, dance, grab me, let's go to the motel. Go where? I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
And that was just like the thing last summer, especially in MB2. Don't go to MB2.
Which is the name of a ginormous club in Seoul.
a hip hop club
Hip hop club, but
Yeah.
they don't
in
play hip hop
Hongdae,
there.
right?
They don't play hip hop music. It's just
A lot of young people.
really weird.
They're gonna
Yeah.
grab you like
It is
zombies
the
if you girl.
grabbing club. It's.
Did you say the grabbing club?
It's like the grabbiest club I've ever
Yeah.
been to.
Grabbiest club.
Yeah.
There was there was one guy, we called him the octopus man.
Oh God, he had
Because-
8 arms.
No,
He wouldn't let you go.
It felt like it. Yeah, it felt like it because I was like dancing with my friends.
Yeah,
I wish
grab
they
it
were
onto your
here
arm.
because that was just like so memorable for us because we're just like dancing and this guy just gets me back like that.
your face.
My face.
Holy.
He just like knocks me back. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
shit.
To bring me to him,
God
and then
damn.
turns me around and starts kissing me, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm
Yeah.
moving him away.
Yeah, yeah.
But then he kept
Like,
he grabbed my head,
pushing-
and then my neck,
Pushing you, bringing you towards him.
towards me,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
got away, and then when I walked away,
God.
he had 2 hands and put me back.
Oh my
It was just like
Jesus.
the most intense. I was like,
Yeah. I
he would
mean,
not. And I felt like
wow.
he had so many hands because I don't know how he was able to continue to grab me and bring me back. And I was like trying to escape, and
them slick hands.
my friends, instead of helping me, they're just like,
They're probably like,
They're just laughing at
it
you.
was so funny.
Oh my
Octopus man.
God.
oh my
Jesus
god,
Christ.
that's kind of creepy. This situation. Her friends are like, ha, ha, ha. This guy just like all over you. You're like, no.
I'm like, help
It's
me.
like a horror film here.
You know, and all the Korean people were like, what's happening? Does she like this? Is this like her boyfriend? Like,
Yeah, is
is
that
this what
their
they
thing?
do?
Is that their
I
thing?
was like,
Mhm.
why isn't anyone helping me? This
Oh
is
my
not
Your friend, that's
God.
kind of fucked up though. Your friends is just like laughing at you.
Were you
Dude,
scared at that time, or you're kind of like hysterical, like you just like
At
mixed
the-
emotions?
I started just laughing. I was
yeah,
just like, because at least he was harmless,
yeah.
but it was still kind of, it was just weird. He was just refusing for me to like leave. He's like, you're coming to the motel with me. And
He was a good English speaker.
yeah, he was fine. They can say
Okay.
motel. They can say motel
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Your motel. But I was stronger than him at the end. Like after a while, I just like stopped it. I could have taken it worse, but
Yeah.
I don't want to get aggressive, especially with like being black
Mhm.
here. I don't want to get kicked out of the bars,
Mhm.
and it's just so easy. Even as a foreigner, it's just so easy to get kicked out because
Mhm.
foreigners tend to start fights.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be that foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
So no, that was fine. That was fine, and we just moved on to somewhere else. But that place, like I did go to motels with guys. I'll be honest, I did go with like Korean guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
How was it? How was the
Um,
KD, the
let
Korean
me-
D? Shout out to KD.
Yo, that has nothing to do with
KD.
or KD here, dude. KD's like, what? What am I doing? Why am I in this combo? Yeah.
You a bitch
Well,
for
I
moving
get-
to
I get
OKC
this-
though. I'm sorry.
I bet you get this question a
I
lot.
get asked about the Korean or the Asian KD all the time. I've experienced the micro peen.
Oh God.
And I was
Hello.
Yeah, but I've also experienced some great stuff. So it's really different. It's just like, yeah, it's just like dating normally. So it's not a big deal. I think Korean guys do a little extra.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. Spice it
And
a
I
little
think it's
bit.
because they
Like
try to make up
foreplay?
for it.
Like
They're really
foreplay?
good at foreplay.
Wow.
I was
Alright.
really surprised.
Okay.
And it's like they
Wait, as a one night thing?
Yeah.
What? Come on now. What
Yes.
the hell?
Yeah.
I mean,
think
Act
it's
like you
because
don't know, dog. I know innocent and
That's
shit
my
over
thing.
here.
I feel like it's because like
That's weird
they're
though.
so
As a
excited. It's their first foreigner, and they're
That's
like,
the thing.
and you know,
Yeah.
they're nervous too because they're like, oh, I'm Asian. Maybe she's used to big, especially with me being black, right? They always ask, so do you like black men? You know, because their D's are so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and they're nervous. Like it's okay. Like, you
Yeah.
really want to go to the motel with me? I'm like, dude, let's just go, okay?
Shut the fuck up. All right, let's
Like,
go.
we're
Let's get
done.
going.
It's done. So then they do more to prove themselves, and they're just like, at the end, most of the guys that I've been with, they're just like, was it good? Did you like it? Do you want more? They can go more.
Oh.
And it's like, it was good. Calm down. All right.
Chill the
Okay.
hell out,
Okay.
dude. Yeah.
Chill.
God
Yeah, it's like a-
damn.
Competition. They really want to fight that stereotype.
Oh,
and like,
I see.
but I don't know if they go that intense with a Korean girl. Like, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't have any Korean girlfriends.
Well, I could tell you that I'm not a Korean girl, but yo, it's kind of. Can we turn the AC? I'm kind of
Yeah.
sweating a little bit. Yeah. Hot. Thanks, man. So like, yeah, Korean girls. Actually, it's very different. It is, because I like my Korean girlfriends and like my Korean guy friends. They talk to me about this stuff too. But a lot of times, like when they meet a foreign girl, like they get, like you said, they get more excited, and they have to like. It's also like a national pride kind of thing, because they're Korean, so they want like foreigners' views of Korean men to be a certain way, and that they're like good lovers and they're like sexy and shit like that. It's actually like it's actually like a really like a prideful thing too, not just like as an individual, but like they're thinking in terms
That's
of like
interesting.
their country. So it's almost like a national team.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah. It's like a national soccer team, but
Like I should have given them a score at the end.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
like you put it up.
You did your country good. Good
10,
job.
10, 10.
Oh
All
my
right.
Be
God.
proud. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Wow.
there's that factor too. It's very interesting.
Wow.
But you were just talking about like one night stands, whatever, like that kind of culture. But what about the dating in general? Like
When I actually had a boyfriend, it was hard because we cared about each other very much. But we broke up recently, and he's gone. And the thing with him was that he never introduced me to like his family, and it was hard for him because he's open-minded, but he wouldn't say it, but I felt like he wasn't sure about how his family would take it, that he was dating interracially. And yeah, so that caused a lot of problems. But dating in general with him was cool.
yeah,
But we couldn't like, when we were alone, it was fine. Oh, we're inside, the apartment or whatever. And we were just so great. But out in public, we wouldn't like hold hands. He wasn't comfortable having people seeing us,
Public
walking around.
affection.
Yeah. Or like for him to be associated with like dating a foreigner. Especially because I'm full figured, I'm not like these skinny girls. And he actually preferred my figure.
Yeah.
But it's not beautiful in Korean standards. So like we tried it once where we walked and together, and Korean girls they can really be judgmental. So they would just look at us with like
how does this work?
yeah,
kinda
why are
thing.
you together?
Yeah.
And kind of look at him like,
what's
why-
wrong?
wrong with you?
Not only is she black, but she's big. You can have like a skinny girl,
Skinny.
or why don't you just date a skinny white girl or
Yeah.
something? So and that was really hard. Like it was hard for him. I'm used to it, so I could care less. Like if not, I couldn't be able to live in Asia. Like honestly, if you're big or a minority, you need to be comfortable in your own skin if you want to live in Asia, because these people will get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't care, then
It's
you're
different
fine.
than the States, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's more like
Yeah.
Mean Girls here. It's just they're harmless. They're gonna just go and get their plastic surgery or go judge themselves or judge their friends. And it's just, from what my coworkers tell me, and they're Korean females, that it's just they just judge each other and judge everyone, and it's just part of their casual conversations. So I just don't take it personally. But for him, yeah, it was hard.
He was like a straight up Korean dude.
Korean.
And you guys were
Korean.
serious? Because, I'm assuming because you had expected him to introduce you to his family?
Yeah, and I wanted to, like, we were going to do a lot of stuff, and, like, we had plans, that we were, like, talking about, but it's just not going to happen. Because before him, I did start dating someone, and I met his parents by mistake. And that was the most awkward situation. Cause
What do you mean? You went over, you went to his room? You went to his bang? Oh, sorry.
No, I went to his
Bang
house.
his room, by the way, guys.
Yeah, there we go. Bang room. That's the
Yeah.
word. No, I went to his home because his parents were gone. Oh, I forgot to mention the whole. I know I'll mention that afterwards. But like how most Korean guys live with their parents up to, I don't know, I've dated
When they're married.
Yeah, until they're married, right?
Yeah.
So it could be really late. So I went to his home, and his parents were gone, and we weren't expecting him to come back. So we were having lunch, and we were, making lunch, and then his mom showed up.
Oh, fuck, that is so
shit.
awkward.
So
And she
what
knew
happened?
that he was dating a black girl, and then she came, and she just looked at me, and I was like, "안녕하세요."
Yeah.
And she just gave me that look like,
Oh.
"Fuck you." And then she didn't say a word. She didn't say hi.
She didn't even acknowledge you?
She just
Oh
walked
my
straight to her
God.
room and
What
just
the fuck?
ignored us. And I told him, do you want to just go? And he's like, no, we're having lunch. Don't worry about her.
He's a stand-up guy though.
Yeah,
he's like,
he
I don't give a
stands
shit.
again.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna like eat lunch with you because that's what I
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, definitely. He's really
But
open.
how did you feel? Like you wanted to really get out of that situation, or you just wanted to man through it and just be like, all right, let's just fucking do this
For
shit?
me, it's like I'm in her home. I don't want to disrespect her. If she doesn't like me, then we should have
Right.
gone.
Yeah.
For him, it's like this is my home too.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stay
I understand
here.
him too. I understand his
Yeah.
position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that was hard, and so it didn't work after that
Mm.
because that's the tough part because I do date Korean guys, and the family matters so much, and I would like if I'm gonna be serious with someone that the family accepts me too. Yeah, especially if I'm living here, and I just, if you know what I mean, like I don't
Yeah.
want to be part of just a relationship with that person. I want to get to know where they came from and be part of it too. So, yeah, that didn't happen with those two. So
That's tough. I'm just coming from like half Korean side.
Mm-hmm.
I know what
Yeah.
that's like. So like,
Yeah.
it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like for Korean parents, that's like, you have to be, the guy needs to be like really serious. I'm talking about like maybe a year later or something, when you're like already established that relationship and you're like solidified that,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm in love with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Then they like reassess their like whole thing. It's like, oh, I don't care what they say. I'm prepared now to like confront my parents about it and stuff like that. But because like, you know, our generation, they don't care as much, but the older generations still like do. You know, they like, it matters much to them to like prolong and like kind of extend and continue the Korean heritage.
Yeah.
So there are more interracial like marriages now in Korea too. Like if you look at F6 visas, that's like the visa you get if you marry a Korean person.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing that a lot more, like teachers who want to teach here because like they have a spouse who's Korean. Now they have like kids and they need a job. So like it's becoming more and more like bigger.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely
still
new.
not- it's
Yeah.
still
It's
you
still
know.
new to the scene, fairly new to the scene for the
Right.
Korean peoples.
Yeah.
right.
And like especially like my family, like my grandmother's sister, she married a Bangladesh dude in the States. So like that itself, she was outcasted by the Korean community like in an instant. So like that's
Shit.
why like my uncle, he's half Bangladesh, half Korean now. So I mean not now, but
Now he became somehow
oh, sorry, my
changed
bad.
this race a little
So yeah, like the Korean community, they would look at them like weird and shit. So they don't like deal with Korean people, and like that itself is kind of early in Korean standards,
Right.
I think. And like yeah, man. And even like his skin color, you know, he's brown.
right.
You know what I mean? So Koreans also have a thing against that.
I feel
Brown folks.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like with Kathy, we need to have her on again.
Yeah, we do.
No, I'm serious because I have
I'm fucking serious too.
I have so many things I want to talk about.
Yeah, I know.
Like I have like I didn't even start yet, to be honest. I have like a shit ton of stuff I wanted to ask.
I'd love to come back.
Yeah, because like you mentioned a lot of stuff and like you talk about personal things too. So
How long has it been?
It's been about an hour almost.
Almost an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask this last
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
Right?
Okay.
All right, so I know you're like into the hip hop scene.
Yes.
Right? All right, so like, what do you think about Korean hip hop?
I love Korean hip hop.
You love Korean hip hop? So like, what kind of hip hop do you like in the States? Like, do you like gangster rap, like kind of deal, or
I like
like?
California rap, so I like LA rappers and some like New York rap. So I primarily listen to like Kendrick Lamar. I love like that West Coast style, and there are like Korean rappers that are trying to do that. And like with Korean hip hop, there's so many different types of Korean hip hop. They even have Korean trap music. Like it's not bad, you know.
It's
So-
not bad to listen to, but how do you feel about that? Like, do you think they're paying enough homage to, like, you know what I mean?
That's the thing.
To hip hop.
Certain artists don't and certain do. And so I primarily listen to the ones that do recognize where it comes from, because a lot of the artists, they braid their hair and like, I need to bring pictures next time, because the nappy hair thing is becoming a thing where you're seeing a lot of Koreans that are over perming their hair so
Yup.
that they can have an afro.
Yep.
And they're braiding their hair, they're doing dreads. And
How
it's
do you
just
feel
like,
about that?
it just depends. For me, it's okay because I see it as okay. It's a hairstyle. They're trying to be black. They like this. Black is cool now. But if they know where it comes from, they understand the culture, I feel a lot better. But when they, some of the people that I've met they don't know that that's coming from Black culture, and they just think, oh, this is a Korean thing because I saw a K-pop idol make his hair nappy.
They don't know the origin of dreads and
they don't
whatnot.
know anything.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that bother me.
Yeah, same here. Like that's what I think. I think Koreans, the Korean rappers who do all that, you know, I think they're kind of reckless with, like, you know, this whole cultural appropriation. They're just kind of siphoning off of Black culture. I mean, do you really like, these rappers, they want to look a certain way because it's rap. Okay, at least pay some homage, or like, you know, hip hop itself, like it comes from something much deeper than just, you know, just making words rhyme. You know what I mean? Like,
it was a form of expressing, you know, what the Black people went through, you know, during just in America, just
exactly
talking about that pain. But also it's very mainstream now, and like some rappers here have their stories because, you know, Koreans have their stress. You know, some of the rappers, you know, have, you know, like a lot of families are rich and they go and they send their kids to Hagwons, but then there are the other Koreans that don't learn English. They don't have those opportunities.
The delinquents.
And so they're just, you never see that part of Korea, you know, and they're the ones that come out to be rappers and stuff. They have their stories, and then you have the mainstream rappers as well. And one of them, who's an ass, he said the nigger word on one of his songs. So he is just like
crossed out.
Yeah. He took it too far. He just takes so much Black culture, and he used that word, and it's very disappointing because no one does that. No rapper here does that. They'll never do that, but he's the one that has done it.
Oh, fuck him. What's his name?
Zico.
Zico?
Yeah, you
Zico,
see him all
go
over.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Really?
Zico can go fuck yourself.
Please do.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I mean, that's what makes me mad. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That upsets me too. Yeah, but some of the shows that I watch, they'll bring in rappers that are Korean Americans, and when they come and rap here, some people are like, no, they shouldn't come to Korea, you know, they're not Korean rappers. I was like,
so there's a discrimination against you know, Korean Americans.
So there's like a divide. Some people are open and they understand where hip hop comes from, and then there are the Korean rappers who are like, no, Korean rap is Korean rap, and you're only good if you're Korean. So
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a it's a
weird. Where's
weird,
the origin of rap?
Yeah,
That's
it's a weird
strange.
thing there, and they're the ones that appropriate the most. And then you have the rappers that understand everything, and they're just cool. They do their own thing. They keep to their own style. They don't try to mimic Black people because they understand that hip hop is not about looking Black and doing all this stuff.
I mean, you have your own unique style. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you're just expressing your own unique
Don't
style.
copy.
Don't fucking copy.
But that's like
that
the
shit's
basis of
whack.
the culture here, right? Like everyone copies each other. That's like one makeup trend.
Yeah.
White face and
the
coral
red.
lips.
Yeah.
Everyone has the same makeup palette. Like
Yeah.
you know, they just copy each other, and so they do that with the music. They do that with style. They do that.
What
with
makes
everything.
me cringe the most is when they like really take it to the next level and fucking they go hard on their songs and shit. I'm just like, okay, really? Come on.
I know that you can't go that hard.
I
You're like,
mean,
you're not scary. You're
really?
Korean.
Like,
yeah.
You're fucking Korean.
Come
man.
on
Like,
now.
you know you
You're
can't do
in
anything here.
Korea. Like, there's no guns. Like there's no
pieces,
gangs.
like my fucking I'm like, what pieces,
No
bro?
gangs, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There might be like a small like gang community,
Gangs
which I've
have-
never seen. Like, where are they at?
Gangs
Come
here
at
have
me.
no affiliation with hip hop here.
Yeah.
Gangs here have no affiliation with hip hop.
I'm like,
So
come
it's
on.
like-
I mean, it's all about the
Nothing's gonna
fucking
happen.
blood, sweat, and tears, motherfucker. And you're gonna like go hard like that
No,
on the
the
music
rappers are-
videos? Come on, man.
No, they're so soft.
What's your rap sheet like? You went to jail because you just got into a fist fight with someone, and now you hard because you behind bars. Like, come on, man. And you got some tats going on and a bandana. Oh yeah, that make you real fucking G.
Definitely wanted to mention this on the podcast today because like you're African American. Also, you come from that background, so like we wanted to see
Cuban American.
Cuban Afro-Americans.
Cuban Afro, yeah. Right.
Definitely interesting to hear your perspective on like Korean hip hop
Yeah.
now because now it's like the trendy thing. It's been like 5 years, about 5 years since the Korean hip hop has really exploded. They came out with like the Korean
Take it
hip hop
into the
shows.
next level.
Those, what's that called again? Do you know?
Show
what?
Me the Money.
Show Me the Money. That became a show.
What money? Come on.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
We're talking pennies here. Come on, man.
There's a lot of hate on this side.
Sorry,
a lot of negative
No,
energy.
but I understand because
Well, yeah,
that's,
you
that's
understand.
how I felt
Right,
when I first
right.
saw
Right.
it. And you know, when I came last year, I was just like, "What the hell?" Like everyone's like being black. I didn't know black was so cool. There's so much blackness, and
That is such a good thing.
What I hated the most was going into those clubs, and people would like reject me, and I was like, "But you're playing hip hop music."
Come on, man.
And you have
What do you know
nappy
about
hair,
Boozy? What do you
and
know about
you're-
Boozy?
Like, and they'll play songs, and they'll do the dance, like you guys.
You're taking our shit.
You're
like,
just
from
stealing
America.
everything. How are you gonna disrespect me in the club
Damn,
when
come
you
on
have
now. Yeah.
That's what I
everything that's from
fucking
my
hate.
culture? That's what I hate. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
it's
and like I feel like so the black culture they think it's like the cool thing now, right? So they dress like black people and all that shit. But I feel like, yo, come on, man, like oh man, it just makes me so mad.
but they don't know that it's black culture. They don't
I
know.
just feel like, hey, okay, people nowadays, not even Korean people, but American people as well, like they like black culture, but do you like black people?
Nope.
Go ask yourself that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
go look in the mirror and you fucking evaluate yourself on a fucking Sunday, whenever you're free, and say, do I really fuck with black people?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. That's
Is it the black culture or
Yeah.
the black people?
It's
You
just the
you
black
guys
culture.
decide. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how I feel when they reject me, and it's like, okay, so you don't really like black people. You just want to steal everything that we do and make it your own, and just throw me out the door, you know. But you know, I've learned how to deal with that, and so that's why I go to certain clubs and certain places. I found the places in Seoul that respect me, and they understand, and it's just like a whole different vibe. But being fresh here and seeing all that, it's just it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating last year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the same page with you. I'm not black, but like I like hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a little passionate about it. So yeah, it just makes me kind of like gets me, it grinds my gears a little bit when I see some fuckery like that.
Yeah.
Definitely, I have a lot of things to I want to talk about. But, yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap this shit
this shit
up.
up.
All right, no. I really think Kathy, like this. There's got to be a part 2, part 3, perhaps. Like you need to come back because I have so much shit to talk about.
Last final question. Can you recommend a nice Cuban dish for our peoples? Yeah.
I like, arroz con frijoles negro, which is
Huh?
Holy
Sorry,
shit.
I wasn't prepared. I was
spoken Spanish.
God
really.
damn.
Yeah.
But it's arroz con frijoles negro. It's white rice and black beans. But when you put it together, it's called congri. So instead of serving it separately, you serve it together, and you can have bocadillos or bacalao, which is I don't know how to say it in English, but it's like this dried fish, and it's delicious. So if you look for it, it's congri and bacalao.
Do they have that in Korea?
No.
Gongri and
Probably not.
No.
They don't have that shit here,
No.
right? Yeah.
Get your ass all the way to Miami.
Wow, we should open
I
a
get some
shop
fried
here.
plantains on the side.
Mhm.
We should open a shop here.
Yeah.
Say a restaurant or some shit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. I did find a Cuban sandwich truck because they saw they saw like, there was some movie
Garbage.
where it was like a
Garbage,
it's not the same, but they're like
Of
Cuban
course not.
sandwich.
Of course not. Come
And they
on,
had
yeah.
the screenshot from the movie. It's just like some random movie that Koreans liked that is a guy who opened a Cuban sandwich shop in Miami. And so they're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
not
should
the
do that.
same.
I should do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. You can always find us on iTunes by typing STB for Squash the Beef, and you can find the video version on YouTube by searching STB for Squash the Beef. Same thing, and also Instagram at STBeef00 at STBeef00. And what else is there? Twitter.
Stitcher.
And we're on Stitcher. Okay.
Google Play, right?
And yeah, we're on Google Play Music, US and Canada only. Anything else there, buddy?
You suck.
Shit.
my
The social media game, man. We're all new to it. But
Definitely.
yeah, you wanna
Oh, yeah.
give
My
them your thing?
Instagram, it's KT_smiles with
With the Z.
with a Z.
Smooth.
And we'll put
Yeah.
that in the description.
We will.
So,
For Kathy's followers.
yeah.
Your
My
10,
girls.
2,000
Yo,
My
gal.
girls.
million flat followers, something like that.
All right. It's
Right.
been fun. It's been fun.
It was
Yeah, this
too
is
quick.
great.
Yeah.
It was too
I know.
quick.
I could
Hey,
Oh.
we're
talk
gonna have you
forever.
back
Yeah,
on
me
again
too.
for real.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it.
See you next
Episode
time.
7. All right.
Peace.
Peace.